Alright guys, run stand 3 here. Let's go back into action.
Burn the world. Not today. Come on, Joshua. This ends now.
There it is.
Dion! Joshua! Clive! My brother. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You're alive. We both are. Nothing else matters. I never dared hope that I would see this day.
Reunited at last.
Jill. It is done. The demon that would tear our house apart is no more. Father.
The Mother Crystal. It's collapsing.
Right. We need to leave. No. Wait. I owe him a debt. Fine.
You there. Tell me what section.
Don't reinforce the walls.
Situation.
Report, Captain.
Can nothing be done to call them off?
I regret not, Your Radiance. The Dragoon's answer to none but His Imperial Highness. The Council is powerless to intervene.
We're hearing reports of rebel
Madness is this, Dion.
throughout the neighboring districts.
Focus all efforts on extinguishing the fires around the capital. The city can wait. Don't dally, man, go!
Your Radiance.
And I want you to find out the Dalmec's movements.
By the light! Dion, have you taken leave of your senses? Call off the Dragoons at once!
Fear not. The populace will come to no harm at their hands. I am here to save you, Father.
Save me?
A creeping darkness hides in the heart of Senbrek. It stems from your wife, the traitorous Annabella.
Not another word, Dion.
Father, though you may not see it, the darkness has taken hold of you. It has made you forget yourself. But I bid you remember, there was a time when you ruled not with cruelty, but with compassion. Why now do you turn your back on your people? Why now do you seek to stoke the fires of war? You too have borne witness to this change, Your Eminences. And you know, as well as I, who is responsible for it. A puppet now sits upon the throne, but cut his strings, and the master loses the power!
What?
Dion, you bear steel before your emperor? Guards! Take him!
For every citizen who falls, another can be bred. For every home that burns, another can be built. Those were your words. But when the last of your citizens has fallen, and all of their homes have been reduced to ash, what will become of your empire, of its rulers, of your god? As the Mother Crystals crumble one by one, and the Blight sweeps in to claim all that we hold dear, our people look to their Emperor for protection. Yet he labors not to secure their futures, but to seize what is left of the twins for himself! Even if it should come at the cost of everything his loyal citizens have labored to build!
Dion, you must understand.
A small price to pay, is it not? You've been blessed with great power, Dion. Enough to win me the world. So go. Claim Valisthea for me, brother.
Dion.
Gods! Gods!
Father.
Poor father. How he doted on his children. That he would die to protect me was plain. It was but a matter of when.
You planned this?
You did well to endure so long. But you broke in the end, as I knew you would. And now Muthos approaches. Put him to the proof. I would see if he breaks. Go, Bahamut. Kinslayer.
Not again.
Brother?
It's a long story.
You cannot stay here, Mother. Come. Take my hand.
Get away from me! This is all just a dream, just a bad dream! You will not take me, Shadow! You will not take me!
Mother.
If it is consciousness that weaves your wills together, consciousness that blurs the boundary between your own will and that of others, then we shall set you apart once more. The ties that bind you shall be severed, and humanity return to its proper place. By primogenesis shall a new age of reason begin.
Relax, your Majesty. Don't you want to play? It's been a long time.
If that is your wish.
Men, you are as meek as all the others.
Such feeble creatures. Gifted the power of icons, yet slaves to fickle emotions which usher you to your doom. And so you bind your fragile wills with strands of consciousness.
The wretched handiwork of a wretched people.
The Sons of Fire were united at last, and for but a moment, their flame burned bright. Soon, Mythos shall become our perfect vessel.
And then shall the world be remade.
Not before the bonds are severed, of trust, of respect, of love. Only when every strand of consciousness is cut away, may Mythos return to our side. By primogenesis shall all be undone. Mankind shall be rid of his wretchedness, and Mythos of his will. But while he yet clings to it, he has the power to forge bonds anew. And so we bid you, find Mythos, and sever every one.
To destroy that which has no physical form, you ask the impossible.
There is nothing your black blade cannot cut, Odin. We shall unite with Mythos, and bring forth a new world. So long as our vessel remains unclaimed by humanity.
It shall be done, Master. My will is yours. Mother.
How is your brother?
Asleep since I returned from the Dominion. Taya says he should be back on his feet soon enough. For a while, at least. She discovered something on his chest. A swelling, circled in stone.
The curse. For every mountain we climb, Another rises up to greet us, doesn't it?
It's never ending. Even the sky seems to have grown tired of it all.
The power of light. Clive has gained a portion of the Icon Bahamut's essence. Attuning with Bahamut not only changes the elements aspect of Clive's magic spells, but also allows access to several new iconic abilities such as Impulse, which creates multiple speeds of light that pursue a target, dealing continuous damage. Bahamut's feat. Use Bahamut's iconic feat, Wings of Light, to begin casting Mega Flare, an immensely powerful spell that showers enemies with a deluge of searing light. The longer the spell is charged, the more powerful results. Press O to cast the spell when ready. Take damage while casting will cancel this spell. Wow, that's pretty cool. Wonder how far to charge it.
Tony won't be happy if I disturb Joshua. While he rests, I might as well see what Otto has to say.
It will take time to come to terms with everything that happened in the Dominion. But time is the one thing we always seem to lack.
Cursebreaker intelligence reports from our brothers and sisters of the field are all the same. These accursed skies cast not only a pall over the land, but over the hearts of her people. Hearts already heavy with the fall of the Dominion and the destruction of Storm's final mother crystal. For now the realm endures, but with each new flood do her remaining children descend further into madness. The situation is as ever dire. Fresh wings shall find you on our new moon's journey. Until then, our watch keys. May the crystal's curse be broken. What's his face? Quite the mess. Word out of the twin side is that there is little left of the capital after the mad princess royal tantrum. But what of you and yours? Did you manage and escape before the city went tits up? I trust you did, but I still wish it might be good to sit L's my knees. Yeah, I'll be back to see y'all. Bye, Remo. You're fun. Shut up, bitch. Alright.
Thanks for not leaving me in the Dominion. If you hadn't come back, I might still be stuck there. I told Nan we flew back on the Phoenix, but she walloped me for telling fibs. Can you tell her it was the truth, Clive?
It seems the hideaway has lost its... Welcome back, Sid.
Oh, you're not leaving already, are you?
Clive.
I hope you're not expecting me to explain these skies. If I had a hazard gate, I'd say it were the end of the world.
Whole realms in chaos.
Chaos on me left and right. And that's from the few associates I haven't lost contact with.
As the old saying goes.
There's opportunity in the university. The market for sharp steel is more bullish than ever. I'll find a way to keep this place fed and water. Don't you worry. I won't let our little family go hungry, whatever the weather.
If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it. It'd better all be here.
You're black.
You'll not find a better price than that.
Yeah, because if it's not like, fuck.
Let's not be greedy now. And how were you gonna carry all that? Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
Trouble with your gear, or fretting about us guys?
Want to help me get my work done, so I'm going to keep my forge and leave saving the world to those better suited for the cast.
Yes, that is.
They fancy giving me a hand shooting the birds.
What do you want?
Yay, bright burn.
Not bad, if I do say so myself. And?
Battle cries of dread one die, in ruin lies less, as shrinks the glim, so spirits dim, unanswered call.
Good morrow to you, my friend. With the darkening skies,
Fear has once again taken hold of our hearts. And though I have not the power to dispel the gloom above, I should like to believe my tales help to lighten it below.
be that as it may.
Turning our eyes from the problems which face us will not help to solve them. A mere tale cannot lighten the burden of those who must bear the weight of the world.
I don't believe you've read this particular chapter before. I have quite the find for you today.
Heart of the Mother Crystal. The bright convolution of shards that sit at the center of each Mother Crystal. When a heart shatters, so too does a mountain around it. Since time immemorial, sanctuaries have been built around the hearts for the worship and protection of these irreplaceable treasures. The hearts, however, have their own methods of self-defense, replying to any attack upon them with unique deadly magics. Lost Mother Crystals. When Sidolphus Telmon put his plans to destroy the Mother Crystals, and mentioned 5 of their number towered over the twins, 3 less than existed eons past. The mother of this Mexes was the first to fall, followed by the Drake's Horn itself in ash, and Drake's Eye in the northern territories. Now nothing remains other than save for scars left behind by their passing. Gil. Gil has been the common currency of Valisthea ever since the beginning of the Continental Accord, many centuries ago. The Accord entrusted administration of the currency to the realm's most trusted guild headquarters in what would be later become the free cities of Conver. The new currency took its name from the founder, who said merchant guild, the legendary trader Gilbar the Golden. Trade flourished around the newly established mint, and over time the worship of money grew into a full-fledged religion. The Great Bank of Gilbar the Lender. Adamantine, one of the hardest known materials in the twin, seams of its ore have only been found in the far-flung reaches of ash, where the forces of first failed Mermark, then wallowed up in war with the ores to claim the lands as their own. The metal makes for fine arms and armor, and the rarity both in its ore and craftsmen verse in the peculiarities of its forging ensure that adamantite weapons remain the preserve of the rich and powerful.
You wish to study the tomes?
Ultimately, the otherworldly being behind much of the tragedy and turmoil has plagued Valisthea. He means to claim Clive. Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. He means to claim Clive as his vessel, Mephos, by purging his will. A will strengthened by ties of consciousness that bind Clive with others. He unleashes primogenesis upon the world, shrouding it in darkness and turning thousands akashic, that these ties of consciousness might at last be loosened. Ah, shit. Primogenesis is a spell cast by Ultimate that casts a rolling pall over all of Valisthea. I don't get it. Ifrit risen, the 2 Eikons of Fire united as one. Clive and Joshua manifested this being in the skies above the crystalline dominion. After entreating their Eikons to grant them the power they needed to quell the raging bahamut, it has the body of Ifrit and the wings of the phoenix, and a might that far exceeds either Eikon alone. That's cool. Though he and Clive trod their separate paths for many years, the brothers were finally reunited amid the ruins of the crystalline dominion. The crystal flower. When Drake's tail came under attack by a maddened bahamut, the heart of the mother crystal responded by delving into its attacker's innermost thoughts and summoning into creation that which most plagued his tortured soul. The wyvern tail that represented the trust Dion's flower places him in his duty to the realm. Rise of the worm, a rebellion of the Holy Order of the Knights Dragoon that took place in the Crystalline Dominion. It was provoked by Emperor Sylvester Lesage's decision to overlook his eldest son Dion and to make his second-born Olivia a child of the Empress Annabella, crown prince in his place. Seeing this as yet another victory for Annabella in her long campaign to subvert Simbricois politics for her own ends, Prince Dion ordered the Dragoons into action, but having lost control of his icon, he inadvertently relinquished the city he had tried to save. glad Annabella's gone. She's a cunt. He's a rare fossil imbued with the same sorcerer strength as his ancestor Fenrir, which he calls upon to defend his allies in times of crisis. Or the manner in which he primes into his Fenriric form is reminiscent of Damis summoning their icons. Torgal calls not on his own icons, on his own icon, but upon the powers of those who have walked beside him over the years, with those whose ether he has become imbued. Huh. Prince, he's evil to his father, Emperor Emeritus Sylvester, and is much pained by his radiance, his cold-heartedness towards both his people and himself. A change that Dion learns was largely the result of Annabella's scheming. Dion led his dragoons revolt against the perceived treason of Empress Annabella and her son Olivier, but was instead goaded into slaying his own father and driven to madness, transforming into bomb and laying waste to much of the Dominion. Though his nature's isolation actually allows Barnabas to remain aloof from the affairs of the storm, and he is all elected to do precisely that. His moves of late would suggest that he has ambitions on the western continent. Chief Steward of Clive Highway and Sid's hideaway before it. He first met Sid aboard the trade ship. He worked as a purser, and the two became fast friends. However, after his first awakeness, Bearer and his family gladly condemned the son he loved to a life of slavery. Could no longer turn a blind eye to several of those touched by the Aether. His friend rallied to his cause, and together they sort of saved Otto's son and others like him. Otto's son, I think Otto's son could be, what's his face? Goat, maybe. Not him, but, let's see. He is the proud bearer of a trader's pass that allows him to travel freely across the realm, something that is indispensable in completing errands that Karen sets him. His latest task is to journey to the Crusher Dominion in the company of Clive and Jill, using the pass to cross the heavy guard and fortified border. He aided Clive and Jill in gaining entry to the besieged Crystal Dominion by having them pose as sellswords hired to protect an honest merchant visiting Twinside to trade in smithing paraphernalia. Somehow, surviving the chaos that was to follow, he was scooped up from the ruined city by Joshua, who transformed into Phoenix to effect his allies' escape. Yeah, this guy might be Otto's son. Once a high-ranking member of the Sambercois Judiciary, Quentin was ousted from his post and his family slain on the orders of the Lord Chief Justice. Quentin swore to bring his own brand of justice upon his nemesis' head, and it is to this end that he recruits like-minded bearers to his cause. After her younger brother Theodore awakened as a bearer, she helped him flee from their family home and build a new life far from those who would see him consigned to slavery. Theodore. Many beasts and bandits have eyed his company's caravan, but today he has cut them all down. Theodore was also a bearer, but was spared the brand after awakening late and being spirited away from his family home by his sister, in an act of kind self-sacrifice for which he is forever grateful. Hansa, an orphan boy of Balklad, strong-armed into pickpocketing travelers by the nefarious Castones. After being released from their clutches, Eloise elected to employ him at the Crimson Caravans to keep him from returning to a life of crime. He pledges to become the first customer of Goetz is forged when the trader becomes a fully fledged blacksmith. Too late, we beat you to punch, homie. She also longed to labor to see her son Olivier, Prince Olivier, seated on his father's throne. A plan that comes to fruition as she schemes with Hugo Kupka to bring it into the Damascus long siege of Twinside and sees this triumph ascribed to the younger prince. Former Empress of the Holy Empire Sembric After the fall of Rosaria and the death of Archduke Elwin, she remarried Emperor Sylvester and bore him a son, Olivier. It was a dream that together with Sylvester she found a new bloodline, one blessed by both Bahamut and the Phoenix. Alas, her dreams were to be crushed in the wreckage of the crystalline dominion when a man Dion slew Olivier, and she was to end her life before the disbelieving eyes of the son she had betrayed. In the wake of the eviction scenes, he married Annabella Rossfield and sired a son, Olivier, with her. Annabella and Olivier's influence in the affairs of the imperial court was to only grow over the years, until Sylvester was finally convinced to surrender his throne to the young prince, announcing him to be the latest in a long line of earthly incarnations of Grigor. Holy Emperor Isambard, who plotted with Annabella Rossfield to slay Archduke Elwin and Rosaria and unite the nations under the imperial banner. Together they bore a son, Olivier, to whom Sylvester was beguiled into forfeiting his throne, much to his first son's displeasure. Sylvester lost his life to Dion's spear when he leapt to Olivier's defense in the throne room of the twin-sided capital. Son of Sylvester and Annabella Lesage, thanks in part to his mother's machination, Olivier was appointed as anointed emperor of the Holy Empire of Sembreik, a fact that triggered his half-brother Prince Dion to launch a coup against him. It was Olivier's sinister goading that drove Dion to madness and led to his own demise. Pierced through the heart by Dion's spear as the boy died, his body crumbled into dust, proof that he had become not but another puppet of Ultima. It doesn't even make any sense. How was he a puppet? This is weird. Barnabas' mother. Oh, she's hot. The mother of King Barnabas of Lode, or at least in Ultima some illusion of her, as his majesty remembers her in life. A nation occupying the northeastern reaches of the continent of Storm, with Twinside as its capital, apparently not content with the upheaval caused by removing his courts to recently seized crystalline dominion. Sylvester Lesage chose to compound this uncertainty by installing his second son, Olivier, as Holy Emperor while still a child. However, Prince Dion's opposition to the machinations of the Holy Empress Annabella spurred dragoons to rise up against their emperor in an insurgency which saw them fall suddenly and decisively from grace. I'm curious, did Terrence join as well? I don't know Terrence. The five cardinal and senior statesmen that make up the highest office of government in Sembreik, after the Empire himself, the Council of Elders. The council is comprised of five high cardinal representatives of Central Sembreik, the holy capital of Armba, and four cardinals who administer yeah. The Lord Chief Justice, the highest ranking judge in the Sembreik Coast Judiciary, who served under the previous holder of the office and respected the man deeply for supporting him in his crusade to rid the ranks of corruption. However, all this was to change when he discovered that his idol hunted bears for sport. The Lord Chief's justice backing for Quentin, no more than a veil of morality to disguise a rot beneath. Quentin turned his ire upon the man only to be met with swift and severe retribution and the slaughter of his entire family. A settlement located in central Lost Week, a settlement located in central Sembreik. It had fallen almost entirely into ruin after new roads bypassed it. And that is until Quentin and co-conspirator Sid took it upon himself to rebuild it. The chief aim in doing so was to amass enough manpower to take revenge on the Lord Chief Justice of Sembreik, and he found no shortage of others who had suffered at the man's hands willing to join him. Fearing this coming retribution, the Lord Chief Justice set the Black Shields to seek out the village in order to destroy it. Well, Black Shields might be gone now. The accession of Emperor Olivier. His second-born son, only child by Empress Annabelle, ostensibly in recognition of the part he had played in an agreement of a peace between the Empire of Dalmatia, while the accession of one so young was unprecedented. Emperor Sylvester measured those bold enough to express doubt at the wisdom of such a choice, but maintained that as Great Gregor made flesh, he would merely serve as an advisor to a young new emperor until he becomes of age. Prince Dion, the emperor's firstborn and rightful heir to the Holy Throne, was violently opposed to the plan, but his objections fell on deaf ears. Bucklad, a busy market town, coast of Damascus, known as Thousand Tables streets, through which merchants from across the realm, each like hawking their wares to keen-eyed customers, did not find a bargain. But where the Strait of Alpha is running solely into gaping crater of Desmeki's Falls, also known as the Thousand Tables, in this street, through with merchants from across the realm, each loudly hawking their wares to keen-eyed customers intent on finding a bargain. The gate at the rear of the town leads directly onto a crystal road and therefore out of the Republic. As such, it is heavily guarded against unauthorized entry or exit. Crimson Caravans, the most prestigious porting company in the market town of Bucklad, led by the brother and sister team of Theodore and Eloise. For a small fee, they will move anything that needs moving, and if the cargo happens to be bearers recently released from slavery, they may even consider paying it from their own purses. Very generous. Plenty is collected narrow sandstone valley that cuts through northeastern Dalmatia. At its terminus can be found the vast crater of Desmeki's Falls, upon the lip of which are nestled the bustling markets of Bucklad. Desmeki's Falls are a vast cavity in the earth located in the steppes of the Forgotten, a desolate coastal region of eastern Dalmatia. Despite the fact that for centuries seawater from the Strait of Alpha has flowed into the Plummel's crater without ease, it shows no sign of filing. The dreaded tale that came to be known as the sins of Desmeki is said to have taken place here. With the incursion of the Holy Empire of Sabrak in the year 1883, its independence was reduced to little more than a pretense, but things changed once again in 878 when Prince Dion and his dragoons instigated a bloody coup. As imperial institutions fell into disarray, so did the situation in the Dominion and beyond. After 5 years, Samberquist's dominance in the region ended as quickly as it had begun. Drake's Tail. It was one of the only 5 remaining in Valisthea and the largest of its kind. It was lost in the chaos that followed the rebellion spearheaded by Prince Dion Assad and his Knights Dragoon, but not before undergoing a fantastical transformation. Here Toron witnessed in entire Valitheian history a literal blossoming of the crystal, its shards peeling away like petals, unless no days to reveal the sacred heart within. The fall of Drake's Tail in 878, insurgency by Samberquist's Knights Dragoon led by Prince Dion Assad resulted in the destruction of much of the crystalline Dominion's capital and the mother crystal Drake's Tail along with it. After the prince lost control of his icon, Bahamut, one curious thing to note is that many who survived the night of chaos claimed it was a crystal bloom like a flower before its demise. The crystalline impasse, the dispute was born from Dalmakia's fierce objections to Samberquist's occupation of the twin-side capital city of the crystalline dominion. However, when the Republic finally entered the fray, it found itself sorely outmatched. City outlaws, the chunks of Drake's fame, further weakened their position, and with their homeland in chaos, the Dalmatians were forced to negotiate withdrawal. Credit for this turn of events was largely attributed to Olivier Lassar, second-born son of the Holy Emperor, and a lie of which he was made crown prince of Samberque. The Caststones, a band of brigands who set up camp in Lutney's Cleft on the outskirts of Bucklad, preying on those fleeing the crumbling republic in order to line their own coffers, forcing them to either empty their own pockets or pick the pockets of others on a threat of death. the sins of Desmond. He's an innocent of told of and myths and legends throughout Valisthea. The tales are to be believed, and mankind, drunk with avarice, thought to challenge the gods. In return for his hubris, was met with divine retribution. The enormous crater in Dalmatia is said to have been the site of the final battle of this great conflict. It's surrounded by relics and ruins, which would suggest some truth behind the tales. Huh, interesting. The Enterprise, a Hideaway's mithril engine powered flagship designed by the father and daughter team of Sidolphus and Medadol Telemon. The ship is currently under construction in a hidden cove on the outskirts of Counterver. Who was Mead's mother, I wonder? Mithril engine. The technology is designed to propel the Hideaway's flagship, the Enterprise, across the seas at here for on inconceivable speeds. It's not fueled by magic, but by mithril, a hard, inert substance refined from deadland soil. Inert, that is, unless burned at blistering temperatures, whence it releases all the energy stored within it, for which reason cooling is required in the form of 3-piece thermal displacement stack. "18 years after the Imperial invasion of Phoenix Gate, Joshua presumed demise. Phoenix spreads wings once more in the skies above Crystalline Dominion, wings in which reside the flames of rebirth. Bahamut, a tribe known as the Motes of Light, once dwelled in the northeast reaches of Storm, where the great city of Oriflame now stands, among which the dominant Bahamut would always emerge. In modern times, dominants are often born among the Sandberg Khoi nobility, most likely because the tribe's bloodline still runs strong in their ranks. Yeah. A common species of beast man goblins found mostly on the Storm. They have habitually avoided contact with other races, be them beast or man. The continued spread of blight, however, has driven the creatures to find homes near human settlements, making violent conflicts more complex. That said, a rare few have been found to possess the ability to crudely converse and at times even cooperate with humankind. Wow. Dragons, majestic winged beasts that are commonly considered to be some of Valitheia's most ancient creatures, albeit rarely sighted in modern times. There are countless myths and legends regarding dragons, one of the most prominent being that Valisthea itself was formed when a mighty drake fell from the sky. According to the Gregorian faith, dragons were created by the goddess herself to serve as holy sentinels over her earthly domains, and as such have been long employed by the Holy Empires of Ruck in various martial roles within and without the Imperial Legion. Cool. Wow, guys, that was a lot. We're at level 5.
You are always welcome, Clive.
Sid, did you know that chocobos are far more resilient to the effects of ether than most other beasts? Some say that's one of the reasons they were tamed for use as mounts and sumpters, so that an ether flood wouldn't mean instant death for their riders or drivers. Me, I reckon they built it up over generations. Too many foolish traders driving their birds into floods, and only the toughest surviving.
That could be a possibility. Alright guys, all I have for this one here. Bronze 3 out. Thank you for watching. Peace.